Good morning, honorable members. We shall now have an opportunity for silent prayers and meditation. Thank you. Good morning, honorable members, guests who are with us today. I just want to take this opportunity to appreciate the presence of the leader of government business, who's the acting premier. We know that you are acting premier. You are acknowledged in your capacity as the acting premier, Honorable Makam. We must as well acknowledge other guests that are here, including the Auditor General of South Africa is with us in the house, represented by Mr. Mohamed Issa and Mwetsiwa Pasha. They are welcome in the house, and all other officials from other departments who are here, they are humbly acknowledged. We'll now proceed with the business of the day. In terms of the business of the day, I must indicate, Chief Whip, I hope you are not going to call me to order, because normally our honorable members as per party, they submit the list. And when I arrive in the house, I see other hands that are not part of the list. I'm just saying we'll allow that, but in future, let's make sure that the list that gets submitted of members that will be giving motions, we stick to the list so that we are able to manage our time accordingly. I'm now going to move to, are there any motions without notice in terms of House Rule 145? Honorable Mdaka.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Greetings to all the honorable members, honorable MECs of this August House. I rise on behalf of the ANC in this August House to congratulate the bravery of Mr. Johannes Maris Mhlesla, who became the oldest person to complete the Comrades Marathon at the age of 83. As the people of Limpopo, yes, thank you. As the people of Limpopo and the provincial government, we applaud Mr. Msehla's act of bravery by breaking his own record as the oldest Comrades Marathon runner. Mr. Msehla, who hails from Hamuhashwa in the Makudutamaha municipality, joined hundreds of runners from the Limpopo province who took part in the 98th edition of the Comrades Marathon in eThekwini this past weekend. With this accomplishment, Mr. Msehla has beaten his own record, which he set in 2023 when he was 81. The last octogenarian to complete the marathons, complete the Comrades Marathon was Wal Hayward, who achieved this milestone in 1989 at the age of 80. According to Mr. Msehla, running the Comrades Marathon has always been his lifelong dream, but he was unable to do so because of the stringent conditions which were set by the apartheid regime then. We congratulate Mr. Msehla and hundreds of other runners from the Limpopo province who took part in the 2025 edition of the Ultimate Human Race. I so move, Honorable Dr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mdaka. Any seconder? Is there no seconder for the motion? Honorable Matlo.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Nagilele Safujo Shoma the supporters of us below Molaga Mutakamo.
Can I see other hands? Honorable Mariad Khotatsu.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the leader of the official opposition, Honorable Commissar Lawrence Mapolo. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the economic freedom fighters to move without notice that the House notes that the outsourced security guards in Limpopo often face precarious working conditions, including low wages, long hours, and lack of social benefits and recognition. They are often employed by companies that struggle with compliance and face issues like unpaid wages and non-payment of statutory benefits. The security guards continue to suffer minimal labor rights protection, potentially creating a system that resembles modern-day slavery. In Makurutamara local municipality, for example, when a new service provider called Tloyaditlo came in, he made it clear that he's going to employ his own people, the people of which are submitted by ANC councillors and the mayor of the ANC in that municipality. This potentially implies that more than 100 security guards who have been working in this municipality were thrown out in the street and they are now jobless. The same thing happened in Lempelo Ngumbi local municipality, where companies like Hani Security and Ross Security are subjecting our people to the same treatment, and our observation is that this is the practice throughout the province. The unfair dismissal of security guards in Limpopo municipality is rife and rampant, which is completely unacceptable. This happens under the watch of the ANC government. Therefore, it is very important, Honorable Speaker, that we champion the insourcing of all security guards and cleaners within our province, including full benefits of pension, housing, and medical aid. I so move. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maladi, any seconder? Honorable Mlapo.
Thanks very much, Speaker. I will Tamlap rise. I rise to second the motion, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Any further motion, Honorable Elmar? Okay, there's a hand.
Honorable Speaker. No, thanks very much, Honorable Speaker and all members of the House. I'm not necessarily seconding or objecting the motion per se. The motion is very critical and very important, but also contagious, that it needs a response. In its form, it's not the motion without a notice, but more of a member statement. That's the clarity that I wanted to put across, so that we are able to discuss all the issues that honorable members have raised, because it has a potential or a propensity to raise issues that has to be responded to, more especially about the plight of our own people. Thank you very much.
I need to be guided. Chief Whip.
Thank you very much, Chair. After the clarity sought by the Deputy Chief Whip, I rise to object to the motion.
Chair. Chair.
Can I get the seconder for the objection before I allow the clarity to be given? Honorable Matthew.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Taking into consideration what was presented by Honorable Munama and further analyzing what was presented by Honorable Member, I therefore second the objection as raised by the Chief Whip of the House, Honorable Mukhonya. I second the objection.
Kotatso, I think it's now an opportunity for you to respond. The member, maybe let me, if I clarify myself. Oh, okay. I thought whether they were saying maybe bring it as a member statement. I don't.
That I wanted from you if whether they are rejecting the contents or they are saying it, so that it's clear. That's what I want. I just want clarity on what we are saying. Is they are rejecting it or they are what is it that they are rejecting? So that we are clear, so that our people who are watching can hear. No, you can't be singing here because we allow you to speak, we don't interject you. Why are you singing when we're speaking? You must protect us, Honorable Speaker. We are not deputy members, we are all members and we are equal. So I want it to be clear, what is it that they are rejecting with this motion? That's the clarity that I wanted.
Honorable Chief Whip, want to clarify?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Honorable members, order. Can I call order to all of you? Yeah, I'm calling to order to everyone. I'm not going to take any hand. Honorable Khutato, you have raised your point. Let's hear the Chief Whip. Give him an opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The motion is contentious, as Comrade Deputy Chair has indicated here. Therefore, we would prefer, we are advising that it either be brought as a formal motion to the House so that the House can debate it, or as a member statement so that there is a response given to the motion, because it raises a lot of issues that would need to be debated or be responded to. A motion without notice should not be debatable like what Honorable Mudag has presented. It's a celebration or a congratulatory message. Thank you very much.
I think, can we agree, the EFF, that the motion can still be submitted as either as a notice of a motion or as a member statement, whatever? Okay, thank you so much. Can we now proceed to the next? Honorable Marie was supposed to be on the floor. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, all our Premier in absentia, all our MECs, all our members, guests, also from our officials. I rise on behalf of the Democratic Alliance to move that this House notes the latest farm security incident at Munich outside Polokwane last week, where the home of Mr. Potgieter was allegedly torched. Notice that the claims made on social media, which has drawn international attention despite an ongoing investigation by the SAPS under case number Morabeng 0106-2025. Further notes that this is a regrettable incident which jeopardizes the safety and harmony of all affected communities and is a catalyst for frustration to be aired on social media. The DA therefore calls upon our MEC for Transport and Community Safety to ensure that this investigation in this case is prioritized, that the outcome of the investigation is publicized and suspects are arrested. Clear and evidence-based investigations by SAPS are needed to build trust in the SAPS, especially in our rural communities. So I move. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thanks very much, Honorable Marie. Any seconder, Honorable Small?
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I stand to second the motion as read by Honourable Marialam. Thank you.
Honorable Mukhanyan?
Very much, Honourable Speaker. Once again, I stand again to object to the motion because the motion is instructive to the MEC. Thank you very much.
Any seconder to the objection? Honorable Martin?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to second the objection as raised by the Chief Whip And what motivates me to second the objection is what he has alerted us to, as the motion is highly instructive. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Honorable Henry. Unfortunately, your motion is now falls off, as it has been objected, unless if you want to divide the House. Okay. We'll now proceed with motions without notice. Honorable Choris.
No, thanks, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to you, Honorable Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, the Acting Premier, the MECs, the Chief Whip, and the entirety of the whippery, the leader of opposition parties, as well as honorable members present here. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the ANC that this House notes the appointment of Honorable Pascal Makamu as the acting premier of the provincial government, while Dr. Popira Matuba is away on government business. The Premier, Dr. Ramatuba, is attending an international infrastructure forum in the People's Republic of China. This forum is a platform for global infrastructure collaboration and investment. It creates dialogue and partnerships amongst key stakeholders within the infrastructure sector. It bodes well with our bold intentions of building a provincial economy that is anchored on infrastructure development as its cornerstone. We wish MEC Makamu all of the best during the few days that he will be at the helm of this provincial government. So I move. Thanks, Honorable Speaker.
Any seconder to the motion? Honorable Pieri.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to yourself as well as all members in here. I rise, Honorable Speaker, to second the submission made by Honorable Choris.
Thank you so much. I don't see, is there a hand for objection? Thank you so much. Let me allow Honorable Mlapo for his motion without notice.
Thanks, Madam Speaker. Allow me to recognize the leader of the official opposition, Commissar Lawrence Mapoulo, and the Chief Whip of the Economic Freedom Fighters. Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Economic Freedom Fighters to move without notice that the House note that Mr. Johannes Musehla, who is at the age of 83, from the district of Skukune, Gamoashwa, in Ward 13 of Makuru Tamaga.
Switch off the mic. The motion was already done by the chair of the Portfolio Committee of Sports. Eh? Honorable members, let me hear him. I will listen and make a determination in the process. Yeah, you can proceed.
Is done.
Honorable Mlapo, you can switch off. Honorable members, you must remember, on a very serious note, that we need to listen to each other. Once a motion is done, it can't be repeated. So I'm just saying, let's give you an opportunity, but you must just be aware that it's according to our rules that we can't do the two motions in one day, similar motions. But you can proceed. Let's hear the contents.
Thanks for that revolutionary decision, Madam Speaker. It is befitting that we all celebrate and stand in salutation for this greatest runner in our lifetime, a man of resilience and determination. Ntate Mogashwa has earned his seat amongst some of the greatest African runners of all time, the likes of
Order. Yeah. What is the point of order?
Okay, I think we are very worried that you as the speaker, right? The other side, to give a member a chance to speak, and the other side continues to howl and undermine you like that. We are very worried. We stand here to try and protect you, that you must be respected. These people must not disrespect the speaker. It can't be correct, Honorable Speaker. So they must stop howling and allow you to run this business. You are quite capable to run this house, Speaker. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, it's very interesting. Remember, we're in the house, and when they're in the house, people must raise their views, and I must give them an opportunity to raise their views. Honorable Bongani?
Honorable Speaker, I'm rising on a point of order. I want to call this House to order. You have just made a very critical, fundamental mention that a motion cannot be presented twice on the same note, on the same content, on the same day. However, Honorable Speaker, you still allow a platform for an honorable member to present a motion on the same note. If we continue in this fashion, Honorable Speaker, we are going to degenerate the House. Once we allow that process to proceed, you need to prepare yourself that in the next sessions in the future, it's going to come and bite us and haunt us. With that said, Honorable Speaker, the honorable member who still wants to speak about the marathon must just assist the House and sit down, because his presentation of that motion, it's in its form and content out of order. Thank you.
Can I get other views? What are you saying, members? Can I divide the House and here get guidance from the House? Honorable Mukoni?
Honorable Speaker, I think Honorable Maringa is right. The members were given an opportunity to second, and they would have taken that opportunity to second, and they would have been able to say what they wanted to say. But because they like to grandstand and call themselves revolutionaries, which they have never been into trenches, I'm saying,
Timamu, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I'm stating to raise a point of order. You see, in this house, there is nobody.
This one.
Hey. I'm standing on a point of order. I'm standing on a point
of the mic. Honorable members, I'm now, Honorable Mate, please sit down. Please sit down. Honorable Mate, I'm not going to allow anyone to speak. I'm now going to allow honorable members. I'm not going to allow anyone to speak. Can I give direction, honorable members? Can I please direct the House? Allow me an opportunity to direct the House members. Honorable members, can you allow me? There is an order, Honorable Mate, please sit down. There was an order that was raised by Honorable Maringa, right? Honorable Maringa is objecting that this motion must proceed. Is there any seconder to it? Honorable Deputy Chief Whip.
No, thanks very much, Honourable Speaker. I think in this House we are not using common sense, but we are a creature of statute. I'll refer you to Second Honourable Marika, that a motion, I'm talking about the admissibility of the motion, how we deal with and process them in the House, may not be the same in substance as a draft resolution that has been approved or rejected during the same session. So I therefore second in line, and we mustn't create a precedent that will hound us in future. Thank you.
Honorable members, I'm now taking a ruling. Honorable Mlapo, unfortunately, you will not proceed with your motion because, no, you will not proceed because the House, yeah. So can we now proceed, honorable members? I will allow the next speaker on the floor. It's Honorable Max.
Honourable Speaker, I move without notice that this House congratulate Kotatsu Monchane from Sheshegu, a world-class wheelchair tennis player who not only triumphed at Wimbledon in 2024, but has now added a Roland Garros title to her achievements. I move that this House commits to celebrate and support Limpopo's sporting excellence and ensuring that the success stories of these athletes like Monchane are shared widely to inspire the youth of our province and our country. Honourable Speaker, and this is on a lighter note, I rise to commend the driver of HJY032, probably transporting one of our MECs or a high-ranking political official, for a reckless performance on the R579. He was overtaking on solid white lines and driving at breakneck speeds. The driver threatened public roads like a private racetrack, reminding us that traffic laws are seemingly optional. I move that this House notes the blatant disregard for road safety and calls on the responsible MEC to take decisive steps.
Honorable Max, you are out of order. There was one motion that you are congratulating Kotatsu Monchane. We will not recognize the next part of your motion.
Honourable Speaker.
There is still another motion without notice. There is still another motion without notice. You only second the first part, right?
Thank you, Speaker. I stand to support the congratulations on our wheelchair player in the first part of the Honourable Marx's motion. Thank you.
Mara, le complain. Can we now proceed with the next, that is on a lighter note. Can we now proceed with motion without notice? I think this is the last one. Honorable Shai.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to yourself and honorable members. Honorable Speaker, the ANC has learned with dismay about the fatal incident that led to the demise of Ms. Nzalama Mlondobozi, whose death is now treated as a subject of culpable homicide, while she could be a victim of gender-based violence. Honorable Speaker, according to reports, Ms. Mlondobozi was allegedly ran over by a vehicle which was driven by a lover after they had a violent altercation. We join the multitudes of people who are calling for the police to conduct thorough investigations to establish the true cause of this death. In the same vein, it is humbling to note that the MAC for Transport and Community Safety in the province, Mai Violet Mateus, paid a courtesy visit to the family and has also committed that government will do everything in its powers to ensure that this matter is fully investigated. We owe it to the Mlondobozi family and many other victims of gender-based violence who have perished in the hands of the same people who were supposed to be their protectors. We urge members of the community to allow the police to do their work without any hindrance. And we are confident that this matter will reach its logical conclusion. I so move. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any seconder to the motion? It's a what? Why are you saying it's not a motion? It's a motion without notice. Can we get a seconder? Honorable Mato.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I hereby second the motion of Honorable Shai and send our condolences as the legislature. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we now move to member the notice of motion in terms of House Rule 146? None. We'll now move to item 4 in terms of statement by members, Rule 199. I will allow members. I see here Honorable Baloi for a member statement.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Xisungula ni lava ku xeweta Honorable Mapoul as the party leader of the EFF. Honorable Speaker, this government has become a dictatorship and a state where a dissenting voice is suppressed. Police brutality, violence, and level of intolerance has become the order of the day against peaceful protest. When citizens protest for the lack of service delivery, the government responds with violence instead of addressing their failures. Just last week, Honorable Speaker, in Guyana R81, the police unleashed brutality and violence on protesters who were demonstrating peacefully. The protesters who were taking a simple video on the protester and a video of the police were overstepping their boundaries. The protester who was taking the video was shot 7 times by rubber bullets. Furthermore, a lady seen being pulled around, thrown to the floor, stepped on, got arrested at the police station, and denied bail. This is completely unacceptable, especially in a country where crime and violence are rife. This excessive and unwarranted use of force by the police against our people must stop. It is an extreme form of police misconduct and is a civil right violation which must never be tolerated in our country, especially in our province. We call upon MEC of Community Safety to investigate this matter and make sure that responsible police officers face music at all times. So make sure mi swi landzelerisa vanhu hinkwavo lava endlaka va violate ti right ta vanhu, especially lava protectaka for service delivery, va kumeka va khomiwa kumbe va kumeka va chajiwa hi swilo va swi endlaku. I thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll move to the next member statement. Honorable Mapoulo.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, a capable one, and the Premier in absentia. Oh, is there acting Premier? The Chief Whip of the opposition party and colleagues, members of the Executive Council, I'll acknowledge him in my statement. Honorable Speaker, service delivery failures in our province, and especially under the leadership of the ANC government, has now reached a proportional levels. But Wakamusa Tabazimbi, Abana mates, for a period, it is as work in Emikai. Heribolela Katsilane, Boshego Abahono Itumela, like Odinton in Jabo Itumel. Bakitumela Karadi plastic, ele family Kamuka. But Hanagore Hawisa, Balate, Ditakala Jabon. Yale Kauriano Reitamonto, or Chabasata Bazimbi, especially Ward 9, Ward 10, and Ward 12 are the most affected area. Kaurin Tweki Bolalang, Akabulele Bioscope, or Chanale Bioscope Makamu MEC. Because Egergita Darasa Bioscope MEC Makamu is because MEC Bioscope, Ulibelechi Bioscope, Yakotaba Zimbi. When people are not having services, he's watching a movie according to his name. Every day when he wakes up, it's Bioscope. Bioscope of people not having services. Bioscope of people not having water. Bioscope of people of incomplete RDB houses. I said it and I'll say it many times. This MEC is there for nothing. It's just on top, doing nothing. Relaxing there, watching himself by scope. Furthermore, it's also a concern indeed about health. Our health situation in that area, very soon or not later, our people bakabanali polio. I'm saying this because I know how bad it is in a situation where health protocols are not followed. The sewer, how now we are ready to come and see cholera spreading in Waterberg. And I think under this government, we are seeing failures. And therefore, when I conclude, the EFF government have said it and will say it along. When we take over, there's no way we're going to leave our people to stay in areas where there's no flushing water, no flushing toilets. It's just, today I've just said, come Thursday, I'll be telling you all those areas. If possible, I'll bring Bioscope like Trump and put it there when you see people throwing the things that they have done in the evening. Akinya go bolela mantswa botlhoko hore ngwana wa 2019 in those areas Artibili TV o tseba Bioscope. Thank you very much.
I will now allow executive members, MECs, who wants to make inputs after the member statements. Honorable Manana Susana Violet Mate, MEC responsible for Department of Transport and Community Safety. Nkari wa n'wina manana.
Mana Speaker, inkomu loko mi nyike ntirho nkarhi wa ku tanta hlamula swin'wana leswi nga vutisiwa hi muchaviseki valoyi. Honorable Speaker, I think as a democratic country, we don't do as we wish. There are processes that need to be followed when we want to do something, especially when we want to embark on marches. So, because some of things that are happening during marches are unlawful, and because there will be police who will be guarding that particular march, anything might happen. So, because of the risk, that issue that you have raised, Honorable Baloyi, I think the issue is going to be investigated, and the report is going to be reported back into this August House. But if I will be late, I'm sure you've got a right as a member of the community to write to the section called IPD, where you write or you report each and every wrongdoing by the police. I think you will follow that step. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Acting Premier Tatani Rogers Makamu.
Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm standing here as the MEC for Corporate Governance, Human Settlement and Traditional Affairs, but also duly sworn in as the acting Premier for our province. So, Honorable Leader of Opposition has got the responsibility to acknowledge that there is an acting Premier in the province. I want to respond to the issue of Tabazimbi and take a little bit of time to remind this House that when we try to support the municipality in order for the municipality to deliver services, there were failures of local government in that area. And the Executive Council finally took a decision to dissolve the municipality, and we went to by-election, and the council is there. We are trying to support. I'm aware about the challenges of water shortages in Tabazimbi, not only in Ward 10, 9, and 12, but specifically I was there in Ward 12 myself, and be able to resolve the issue of a sewer spillage which was going through, including passing through the church and a particular household. We are resolving the issues. What we are calling upon, it's about the issue of support and strengthening, because there are political parties, including the economic freedom fighter is part of that. So we should be able to work together. The people of Tabazimbi, we are resolving a number of things. We have even brought in mines to support us in making sure that water get to be provided for. I will not be watching on a bioscope on these matters. That's why I said I was physically in Ward 12. I resolved the issue of water in Ward 3. It's not necessarily something that we saw on a bioscope. But of course, the name bioscope might be used as a joke, but I should be able to let people know that names of people sometimes remain a particular context and define moments within the families. So mine as well is part of that. It's not necessarily that you should be able to say it's bioscope, it's bioscope, it's bioscope. The parents were recording a particular moment in the family by this name and use it for that. I'm not necessarily worried about it. It makes me popular when we raise it like that. But at the same time, I should be able to say it should not be something that we are not taking the people of the province serious. That's why we don't watch them on bioscope. We watch them physically when we go down. Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable MEC for Department of Coxstar and the acting Premier of our province, Honorable Rogers Basikopo Makamu. Thank you so much, honorable members. We can now move quickly to item 5. We don't have any executive member statement. Is there any executive member statement? None. We now move to item 6. In terms of the table of committee reports and other reports and papers. 6.1, I must indicate that we've indicated to you that AG South Africa is here. The AG South Africa has got a responsibility that at all times, when they conclude their audit findings and audit outcomes for every financial year, they do present to Parliament, they do present to us in the legislature. So today, they will be tabling the Consolidated General Report on local government audit outcomes for the 2023-2024 financial year, which the report will be presented by MEC for Provincial Treasury on behalf of the AGSA as a joint report with Cogstar as well. Honorable Mawai, the platform is yours.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Acting Premier, Honorable members of the legislature in your different designations and levels, the representatives of the GSA, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Speaker, Section 188, subsection 3 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Act 108 of 1996, provides that, and I quote, the Auditor General must submit audit reports to any legislature that has a direct interest in the audit, as well as any other authority prescribed by national legislation. Madam Speaker, it is in the context of this aforesaid and in line with the provisions of the above-mentioned legislation, and in terms of the provisions of Section 21 of the Public Audit Act number 25 of 2004, I therefore table in this August House the general report of non-audit outcomes of the Limpopo local government 2023-2024 for consideration by this House. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much. The report, as tabled by the MEC, is referred to the Portfolio Committee, which is going to be a joint Portfolio Committee because municipality support is both local Cogstar as well as Provincial Treasury. Therefore, this report is referred to the Portfolio Committee for Provincial Treasury and Cogstar for consideration and report back to the House. Thank you so much. We'll now proceed to item 6.2, retabling of the departmental institutional annual performance plans for the financial year ending 2025-2026 and strategic plans 2025-2030. Remember, the reports were tabled, but because of the retabling of the budget, we now have to retable those APPs. I will now hand over to the Leader of Government Business.
Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker, my colleagues in the Executive and the Honorable House, the Chief Whip and the Deputy Chief Whip. Madam Speaker, in compliance with the provision of Section 27, subsection 4 of the Public Finance Management Act of 1999, Act number 1 as amended by Act number 29 of 1999, as well as Chapter 5 of Treasury Regulations, I, as the Leader of Government Business, on behalf of my colleagues in the Executive Council, do hereby retable the departmental and public entities' annual performance plan and strategic plans for the following departments for consideration by this Honorable House. 1, Office of the Premier. 2, the Department of Education, Department of Provincial Treasury, Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. 5, Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism and its entities, the LTA, the Limpopo Gambling Board, and the leader. 6, the Department of Health. 7, the Department of Transport and Community Safety and its entity, GAL. 8, the Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, and its entity RAL. 9, the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. 10, Department of Coxstar, Department of Social Development. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable MEC. As the leader of government business, today we must continue to call you acting premier. The departmental institutional annual performance plans and strategic plans are referred to the relevant portfolio committees for consideration and report back to the House. Item 6.3, retabling of the Limpopo Legislature Annual Performance Plan for the financial year ending 2025-2026 and Strategic Plan 2025-2030. Deputy Speaker. Mayor Grace Tebogo Mamrobela. Gamala Makoskazi.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The Chief Whip, Deputy Chief Whip, Chair of Chairs, Deputy Chair, the Exec, Leader of the Opposition, and all members. The Speaker, in compliance with the Section 13B of the Financial Management of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act 2009, which provides that the executive authority must table the annual performance plan and strategic plan in the provincial legislature. I, Tebogo Grace Mamrobela, rise to retable the 2025-2026 annual performance plan and 2025 to 2030 5-year strategic plan of the Limpopo Provincial Legislature for consideration by this Honorable House. I move accordingly, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Deputy Speaker. The annual performance plan and strategic plan for the Limpopo Legislature are referred to the Oversight Mechanism Committee for consideration and report back to the House. We now proceed to 6.4, tabling of 2023-2024 municipal annual reports. MEC Coxstar.
Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker. Section 132, subsection 1 of the Municipal Finance Management Act provides that municipalities must submit their annual oversight reports to the relevant provincial legislature. Madam Speaker, in line with the provision of the above-mentioned legislation, I, as the MEC for Coxstar, tabled the following municipalities' annual report for the financial year ending 2023-2024 for consideration by this August House. Mule Mule Municipality, Blowback Local Municipality, Makudu Tamaka Local Municipality, Villa Villa Local Municipality, Fitahumutubat Local Municipality, Ephraim Mukhale Local Municipality, Mukhalakwena Local Municipality, Capricorn District Municipality, Elias Mtswaledi Local Municipality, Mudimule Mukhopong Local Municipality, Bulukwani Local Municipality, Skokune District Municipality, Mopani District Municipality, Greater Litaba Local Municipality, Collins Chabani Local Municipality, Lipele Nkumpe Local Municipality, Greater Giani Local Municipality, Waterberg District Municipality, Maruleng Local Municipality, and Makado Local Municipality, including Musina. But, Honorable Speaker, I must indicate that the following municipality has failed to meet the deadline, that is Wapalabura Local Municipality, Tulamela, Wembe District, Greater Tsanin, and Tabazimbi, and the interventions are being made for the submission to this Honorable House. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Acting Premier, in your capacity as the MEC of Coxstar, for tabling the reports. The 2023-2024 municipal annual reports are referred to the Portfolio Committee of Coxstar for consideration and report back to the House. Honorable members, we are supposed to go to item 7. I humbly take this opportunity to apologize. There was a very miscommunication because when the programming discussed the matter on orders of the day, in terms of the committee reports, there was an understanding that there are legacy reports that we did not want to waste your time with the legacy reports. We're just going to come present them and adopt them so that we are able to comply. But unfortunately, in the order paper today, the reports that are mentioned are not legacy reports. Because the reports that are mentioned, the whole item 7.1 up to 7. They are not legacy reports. Are the reports that have been processed properly by the committees. So in terms of the procedure, we needed to have a speakers list so that the reports can be adopted, debated upon, and adopted properly by the House. So on that note, the whole item 7 has been removed from the order paper today. We are referring it back to the programming committee. We hope the programming committee will meet as soon as possible and be able to advise us that this recent report, they must be debated accordingly. So they will advise us as the programming committee on how they must deal with that. But if there are still legacy reports, we are willing to use the same method as they've agreed. But on the both annual report, first quarter reports, these are recent reports. They can't be dealt with as if they were not properly processed by the committees. So on that note, we're jumping the whole item 7. We're deferring it to the next sittings. So we hope the programming committee will sit quickly and be able to consider that. So on that note, that's why you have received an amended order paper, and that might have caused inconvenience on your side. I, as the Speaker, take responsibility and humbly apologize to the House for the inconvenience caused. We will now move to the new item 7. In terms of the new item 7, which was initially item 8, are responses from the questions. The following questions have been responded to, and the response are published on the ATC, dated Tuesday, 9th June. Today is not the 9th. Yeah, it's supposed to be the 10th administration. Isn't the 9th? But it must say Monday. When you say Tuesday, the 10th, you are confusing us. Either don't write the day, or just write the date. Yeah. No, the ATC, let's agree. The ATC dated the 9th June 2025, and therefore they are being disposed of. The first one, it's question 12 and 13 of 2025. It was a written reply by the Premier. The second one is question 13 and 19 of 2025. It was a written reply from the MEC Treasury. Question 13 of 2025, written reply for MEC of Health. Question 13, 2025, written reply from the MEC Sports, Arts and Culture. Question, yes?
My apologies. Speaker, there seems to be an error because it repeats 13, but if you look at the pink document, 13 refers to a different document because health cannot answer for sport and sport cannot answer for health. So maybe you can just give us clarity on that, please.
There is one, there are questions that are put. It's possible that one question is sent to different MECs. It's possible. So let's look at the written response. If members are not happy with the written response, then they can make the follow-up questions on them. Question 13, 23, 24, 26 of 2025, written reply, MEC, Transport and Community Safety. Question 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 28, 29, 30, 31, written reply for MEC of Coxstar. Question 3, 13, 15, 19, 20, 21 for written reply, MEC Lidet. So if members who have asked these questions are not happy with the responses, they have an opportunity to still make follow-up on the questions they've asked, so that proper answers are given where you are not happy with the answers given. But now, as the legislature, we have handed over back to those that have asked the questions. They can consider the responses and decide later. Honorable Marx.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to rise on Rule 196 and 197. Deliveries of replies to questions should be done within 21 days. You will see, Speaker, some of these questions are on the paper now for the 4th time, and therefore it kicks in Rule 197. And therefore, Honourable Speaker, I would like to request that the following questions be referred to oral reply. That's the ones that I've asked. That is question 5 of 2025, question 6 of 2025, question 32, as well as...
Can we help one another? Remember, these are written questions. And I'm indicating that where you think you are not satisfied, you still have that opportunity to write back to the Speaker and indicate what you are indicating, so that...
Speaker, may I quantify my point? The points say, if we did not receive any answers whatsoever, like in my case, my questions that I've asked has not been answered by the MEC, then Rule 197 say the following: if the responsible MEC has not furnished the reply, like the ones I've just mentioned, then after 21 days, then the Secretary must, if the member in whose name the question stands so request, which I'm doing, place the question on the question paper for oral reply. So all these questions that I've just listed, Honourable Speaker, has not been answered by MEC, and therefore Rule 197 is now applicable. Thank you, Speaker.
But I don't understand why I call you to order and you still repeat. Because I say to you, we have given you the responses. You have read the rule. You will consider on the responses you got that there are those that within 21 days were not responded to. Write to the Secretary, so that you allow the Secretary to bring those questions for oral reply. Do we agree, members? Because it can happen here now. Honorable Small, you want to clarify?
Thank you, Chairperson. I would just try to recommend that questions that did not follow the procedures that is outlined in Rule 196, that they be referred to the Programming Committee for further tabling. And I think that's how we should deal with it in that way. I don't think it's a responsibility of the Secretary to deal with the program of the legislature. So I think we will just refer the unanswered questions to the Programming Committee to be dealt with. That's my proposal, Chair.
I mean, you are saying exactly the same thing. Honorable Deputy Chief Whip.
No, thanks. Thanks very much, Chair. Honorable Speaker. I think the very same 197 state categorically clear that the secretary, not the programming committee, that's where we need to refine it. And if they agree with Mapolo, it's fine, but it's wrong.
Can I summarize? I said, these are the written replies that you have given. Go and consider the replies. Where you think the Rule 197 has not been followed, you write formally to the secretary that the following were not responded to. We want them to be part of the ATC and the order so that members can be able to reply orally. Okay, thank you so much. I really
Honorable Acting Premier and members of the Executive, the Deputy Chief Whip, and the Leader of the Official Opposition, Honorable Mapolo, Makgabo Mosatlang. Honorable Speaker, the NCOP has scheduled hybrid plenaries and provinces are required to designate special delegates to attend these plenaries. In terms of Rule 226, Sub-Rule 1, I therefore propose that this House designate the following members as special delegates to attend NCOP plenaries. A plenary to debate Youth Day under the theme Advancing Skills for the Evolving World of Work, Empowering Youth for Economic Transformation. 10 June, 14 hours, Honorable S.T. Sewopela, Honorable Kaylee, Honorable M.S. Shai. Plenary to consider the finance report on the fiscal framework and revenue proposals. 11 June 2025, 14 hours, Honorable M.S. Pedi, Honorable G.T. Majomane, Honorable L.J. Matlou. Plenary to deal with questions for Cluster 1D, Peace and Stability, Justice and Constitutional Development, International Relations and Cooperation. 17 June, 40 hours, 2025, 14 hours, Honorable Kailivia, MC Mohale, D.A. Nenguda. I so move, Honorable the Speaker.
Any seconder to the motion? Honorable Mahasela.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Matlodi Caroline Mantata Masela, second what has been said by our Honorable Chief Whip. Yes, thank you.
Honorable Mantata Mahasela. Hey, I sometimes make mistakes. I apologize. Honorable Mantata Mahasela, thank you so much. We now move to the next item on the announcements. I'm not sure from presiding officers who's doing the announcements.
Hey. Thank you very much, Honorable the Speaker, the Dr. Makoma Makurupeja, the Deputy Speaker, Deboga Mamuravela, the Acting Premier, Honorable Basikop Makamo, the Chief Whip and the Deputy Chief Whip and members of the Whipari, esteemed members of the Executive Council, I rise to make the following important announcements, hoping that after this, Honorable Acting Premier will appoint me the MEC. First, the first announcement that the August House will convene on the 12th of June, 2025, here at the Wakhomo Legislative Chamber, 10 o'clock. 2, that on the 11th of June, 2025, there will be Limpopo South African National AIDS Council Men's Forum meeting with the speakership. The meeting will be at Parliamentary Village 13 hours. 3, that there will be a speakers forum on the 20th of June, Meropa Casino. Lastly and most importantly, lunch will be served in the committee boardroom. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, we plead with the programming committee, chair of the programming committee, that we plead that you meet as soon as today, re-look at the program. Some people thought Thursday when there's no sitting. Some people think because Monday is June 16, Tuesday, we're not coming to work. So I'm just saying it will be important that we get informed on time so that people can be able to make their own preparations. The sooner we get the information today, when is the next sitting? I decide is the 12th, but the programming committee will determine the program for Thursday so that we are able to make sure that we do what is right as members of this legislature. But now, outside recess, ngere miracle. Recess fedile. Es khaler tlabaria recess ye ngwer tsanjer tsamari fedije mmereko nyana. Ke no le botsa hore today una le motho o mogolo wa gola. O no kgopela hore di members le mo peleleng. Ke ntate Asane Ngobeni wa re tshwarelang maize. Today is his birthday. Nke le mo peleleng ke. You, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I cancer ralabuga iminabelela sukure lernene mikula miamahlweni xikomixi katekisa. On that note, the sitting stand adjourned until the 12th of June in this at 10 o'clock in this legislative chamber. Thank you so much.
Ke appreciation terms of.
Oh, appreciate it. The honorable
Mara, when I will display.